your cell phones. I appreciate that, and the speakers appreciate that. And so now I would like to introduce our speaker for today. I would now like to introduce Reverend Dr. Lewis Gates, and he is a long-time certified medium, healer, teacher, certifying evaluator. He's been here forever. And Reverend Lewis was my ministerial advisor, and he's been the certifying evaluator for many, many students here at the camp. And Lewis is here, teaches many different subjects, and one of the few teachers that teaches physical mediumship as well as psychological mediumship. And I just want to welcome my friend and teacher and mentor, Reverend Dr. Lewis Gates.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Today I'm gonna speak about mediumship and healing. So how the camp kind of looks at it and how it propels itself in our lives. Mediumship is actually this kind of connection to the spirit world. It's a connection to spirit. Not every psychic is a medium. So not everybody can be a medium. Not everybody can be that connection. Because you'll notice that people do psychics and they do psychic readings. And psychic readings is a lot from listening to, reading the auric field around someone, reading what they bring into the room with them. So mediumship is a connection to the spirit world, bringing through loved ones, bringing through deceased relatives and people in the spirit world. And sometimes we can't keep that connection. It's like getting that connection. And I was taught many, many years ago the word CERT, C-E-R-T, for mediumship. And if you take it apart, C is for communication, communicating with spirit, communicating. E is for evidence, giving some kind of evidence. And it's like, I can tell you that your mother is here and she loves you, but which mother? Your grandmother, your mother, your stepmother, your godmother? Which mother? What kind of evidence am I bringing through for you to recognize that spirit? Reason the spirit is here. Spirit doesn't come all the way from the spirit world just to go, I love you, they're gone. They've come for a reason. There's a reason why they have appeared in the reading, or a reason why they are here. A lot of mediums, a lot of people can do that. They can get the communication, they get the evidence, they get the reason, but then it comes down to telling the story, tying it all into a nice little bundle. You have to be able to be a good storyteller to be a good medium. You have to be able to tell a story, to communicate with spirit. If I tell you, I saw a cat, I saw a bicycle, there was a stick over in the woods, I saw that tree blowing, God bless you. And you're going, what is happening? So the question is, you have to bring all those symbols, all that things that you are seeing in your mind, and tell a story about it. Understand a story. And that's what I try to teach the students, that you have to be able to tell a story. Even though you're getting those little things in your head, but you have to tell them what they mean, because those symbols are for you. They have no connection to the individual unless there's something that you don't know that you tell them. I said, I see this. Do you understand that? But the question is we're trying to bring that all together. And the symbols that you're going to see are going to affect you. Going to affect you because you're the medium. They're working with your instrument, not the person that's sitting with you. They're working with you to bring through the message. So when you're listening to spirit, you have to try to do your ABCs, your psychic development. I call it your psychic alphabet. But figure out what it means when they're trying to show you something. You can't be bewildered in the middle of a reading. You can't. You have to be able to tell the story and work with the individual. We don't ask people questions. That's the one thing we're taught here in Cassadaga. We don't ask people questions. What we're doing is say, do you understand? All we're asking is for a little bit of confirmation, do they understand? And on top of that, you're kind of working off the energy. If the person across from you is sitting there quietly and not saying a word, it kind of drains the energy out of the room because you need a two-way connection, a two-way vibration. Every once in a while you have to say something. At least move, at least do something so that it brings the information. And the best training for mediumship I've found in my life is to do phone readings. Because you have no idea what's going on the other side of the room. Because you don't see them. You're just dealing with the energy. You're dealing with psychometry. The energy of the vibration. So when somebody comes in your office, they bring all that psychic energy with them. They set it right down in front of you. All the luggage, the circus wagons, the clowns, everything is there. So now you have to see it as a medium. You see that. So you have to kind of place some kind of part into the reading. It has to. Because it's there in front of you. You can't miss it. You can't allow that to go away because you have that connection, but still this is all here in front of you. So you're going to be either psychic and mediumistic or mediumistic and psychic. Some part of your reading will be psychic, it will. So if you're teaching yourself just to be a medium, you might not get yourself a lot of readings. Because the problem is sometimes people just want to know about their loved ones. They want to know about the people still on the earth plane. How's my kids doing? Am I going to be okay? Will I be dead by Thursday? What's happening? so they want answers from day-to-day living. That's what they want. So you have to kind of read that energy they're bringing into the room. A lot of mediums here in Cassadaga won't read couples. I like reading couples. But I got both their energies in the room with me. So I can see both of them. I can understand where both of them are coming from. One person could think you're the worst person in the whole world, but you walk in, I go, phew, they're not too bad. They're not too bad at all. Because their energy comes with them. So the question is the psychometry of mediumship. Mediumship comes to psychometry. That's what it's all about. They can teach you every phase of mediumship that you want to learn in your life. It's psychometry. The energy you place into the vibration. When you do seances, when you do anything that's spiritual work or phenomenal work, it is the energy of the space, the energy of the vibration that you're bringing through. So when I do readings, you don't get to sit. I don't allow anybody to sit in the chair that I read from. I don't know, that's where my energy is. That's where my vibration is. But I will go sit where my client is going to sit before they get there. So when the client walks into the office, they are sitting already in my energy. Same thing with healing. When we teach healing here, we teach healing. I know that we have come to a point in our lives with healing that there's all kinds of modalities of healing being done. Pranic, we've got Reiki, we've got healing hands, we've got healing light, we've got spiritualist healing. But spiritualism healing was always hands-on healing. It's always been healing touch, hands-on. We got much into this organization into pranic healing with the waving and moving through the auric field. But it's that physical touch with healing that affects people the most. That physical, actually touch. I explain to people that if you go home and you have nobody in your life and you go home by yourself, And then you come to church on Sunday, and it's the first time in the whole week that you have had somebody actually put their hands on your shoulder, actually had that strong connection to you. That brings a balance through the week. It gives you that energy that you didn't have at home because you're all by yourself. So the question here is very basic. It's healing touch. When you want to heal somebody or you want to do some kind of healing, you just walk up and hug them. Send energy to them. Send energy to the vibration. You're not going to stand across the street going. You're going to come up and try to hug them. When you feel that comfort for them. But spiritual healing is a connection, because our studies here in this organization, if you look at them, the healing studies and the mediumistic studies are pretty much intertwined, pretty much. Because you have to learn about the same things through both of them. Having that connection to your healing guides, having that connection to your space, how to produce your space, how to do this, how to get in touch with yourself, how to be one with your vibration. So both of them are kind of already intertwined within each other's vibration. So when you're learning mediumship, you should learn how to heal. If you don't like people, you don't care for them, you don't want to touch them, you should probably be a medium. You shouldn't be doing that. Because spiritual healing is the intent. What is your intent when you're doing a spiritual healing? What's your intent to connect to spirit? What's your intent? Do you want to bring all your energy from the spirit world and try to heal this person? Because you know, mediums and healers, we know through our guides and spirit world, we can heal you. If the healing is supposed to take place, it will happen. My intent is to make you whole when I heal you. My intent when I do mediumship is to make you whole. You come in my office, you already know you're broken. You don't need me to tell you more about how broken you are. You want me to try to uplift you, want me to bring you to a different level, have a different view of the horizon. Not for me to tell you how bad it is, but how good it could be. Same thing with your health. You don't want me to tell you how bad you are, how sick you are. You want me to tell you how you can get to another phase of your health to get you healthy. That's what you're looking for. I did healing in the gazebo here one time, and I was healing this lady. I was touching her back, and I'm just going, my hands are hot, boy, we're going. And she jumps off my chair. All of a sudden, she jumps off and she looks at me, she goes, "What's happening?" I said, "Well, Spirit's probably trying to heal you, dear. I have emphysema. God can't heal emphysema." So I said, "Well, you're probably not going to get a healing today, dear." Because I didn't believe that was going to happen. Didn't believe that was going to connect or happen in the vibration. You have to, the person receiving the healing has to believe that it is going to happen. There's a two-way vibration. Same thing with mediumship. There's a two-way situation here of me connecting to spirit, but also you allowing yourself to be present in the reading. I've had people sit in my office and they fall sound asleep. I guess I have that voice, I don't know. But they are sound asleep. I'm afraid to wake them. I don't know what to do, so I just keep talking. Until they finally wake up and they go, "Oh, that was wonderful, that was beautiful. I heard every word." I'm going, I thought I heard a little snoring, but I heard every word. But some people want a medium to vent. They want to be able to vent and have the medium tell them exactly what they want to hear. That's what they want. That's what they're pretty much looking for. Some of them. And we tell them that that's not exactly the way it's supposed to be, dear. then it's not where they want to be. Because I had a lady say that She didn't know why she came to a man, because her mother from the spirit world said that she should go to a woman medium, not a man. I said to myself, why are you here then? Why did you show up on my door? But you realize that you attract who you're supposed to attract. You attract who you're supposed to attract. And it's a natural law within mediumship and healing. You attract who you're supposed to attract. That's what you do. You don't miss any readings. You don't get more than you're supposed to. You get exactly what you're supposed to have. Because that is natural law. It is part of mediumship. It is part of the vibration. Because we have these different clairs that go on with the vibration. It is clairsentient is clear feeling, sensing, feeling, vibration, feeling the situation. You get clairvoyant, which is this vibration of seeing spirit. You can see them in your mind's eye. See that in that vibration in your head. Or you can see spirit outside of you, outside of your vibration, outside of your connection. You can see that. You can see that vibration. So then you have clairaudient, where you're clear hearing spirits. You hear spirits speaking to you from outside the vibration. You have clairaudience, which is the sense of smell. Like your grandfather smoked a cigar, and you sit down and you smell the cigar smoke in the room, and no one's smoking a cigar. So the different clairs have the effect within the vibration. And you might have one gift. You might be clairsentient. And boy, you want to be clairvoyant. The heck with that clairsentient stuff. Let's be clairvoyant. And might not going to be clairvoyant right away. You have to work at the gift that Spirit gave you. That gift Spirit gave you. I was attested to when Spirit is working with you. And Spirit gives you a gift. Clairsentient. You don't like the gift. It's like when your parents give you a gift at Christmas, and you throw it, you toss it over the corner and go, I don't like that. I don't want that. You work with what you have. Then as you work more and more with that gift, the other gifts will arrive. You have to be diligent with the gift. If you're going to work on mediumship, work on it. And some of you will go home and tell people that you were out in Cassadaga, and they'll probably put crosses out in your front yard. They'll pray for you. I have people praying for me most of the time, which is great. I love all the prayers. I love them. It's awesome. They pray for me because I live here. But the question is we have to realize that when you go home, sometimes it's just you working on your mediumship. So you should find a place in your home that is sacred to you, that's your personal quiet space. And sit. Make an appointment with Spirit. Sit. And some of you might be able to sit 10, 15 minutes. Some of you might only be able to sit 3. But sit as long as you feel comfortable sitting. Then get up and go. But sit. Make the appointment with Spirit. Psychometry, you sit in that chair. The more you sit in that chair, the stronger your energy will become. If she sits in that chair today, and then tomorrow she comes and sits in the same chair, she keeps doing it every single Sunday, same chair, that energy is going to take on the energy that she's placed there, and it's going to get stronger. So the more you put the energy into the space, the stronger the energy will become with Spirit. So make an appointment with Spirit. Before you start your little connection to Spirit, tell them what you want. I love the people I connect to and teach, and they go, oh, I'm just open to the universe. Here I am, come get me. Whew. I get scared, I start ducking, I start moving away from them. They've opened themselves up to the universe. No, you tell your guides what you're looking for. Explain to them. They want to teach you, they want to work with you, they want to help you. they want to. When you're doing mediumship, you might not get everybody that you want to speak to. Because sometimes people are in your life because they were positioned in your life to do some kind of life lesson or some kind of life encouragement for you in this lifetime. Once they leave this earth plane, they have nothing else to do with you. So don't believe that people are just waiting on the other side. Even if the person didn't like you, they didn't care for you. They're not waiting on the other side to get you. They're not waiting on the other side to speak to you either. They have moved on. And sometimes we in our lives, with our mediumship, need to move on past things instead of hovering them in our vibration and dwelling on them. I have people say, oh well. I call them dwellers at the well. Oh well, that happened. Oh well, this happened. It happened in your life. Do you want to be a medium? Then you have to work at it. You have to work at it. I work at it every day. I give my mediumship 2 hours a day. Every single day I work at it. Every day. So the question here is working at your mediumship. It's a tool. Leave it in the toolbox, gets rusty, can't use it, you have to go out and get a new one. Sometimes it's hard for us to go find a new tool. Because now we don't know what we need because we didn't use the old one we had. So we have to keep the tool greased and have it used and use it every once in a while. We have to be able to use it. If we don't use it, then we kind of get to the point. Like if you do readings and then all of a sudden for a year or two you don't do any readings, haven't done any, then your whole energy field goes, oh, I don't know. You get a little scared because you haven't been working at it. You haven't been doing it for a while. You're still probably pretty good at it, but you still don't understand that you always have it within you. Is to get it better, to move it to a different level. Whereas mediums are always looking to move to the different level, the different vibration. That's why I teach sacred geometry. I teach different things, not because they're going to be this massive part within my life of what I do, but it might be something that triggers something within your life, flips the switch, moves the switch somewhere. So it moves you in a different direction where you're supposed to be. You might like sacred geometry. You might like numerology. You might like astrology. You might like something else. There's always different paths to the spirit world. Different paths. What path are you choosing for you? But don't work on that path and get disgusted with it and quit. Work on the path and see where the path is leading you. Could be an exit up ahead, moving to a different path. And you didn't give it enough time to get yourself to where you needed to be so you could accept that new path. We give up too quickly. We give up too quickly. Work the path on your mediumship and your healing, whatever your vibration to heal. When I teach Reiki, I'm a Reiki master. When I teach Reiki, I teach you how to heal yourself. What good are you to somebody else if you're sicker than a dog? You got to heal yourself first. You got to work on you first. Heal thyself. I taught at big workshops and I've taught them around the metaphysician, heal thyself. Heal yourself first. Don't go out and try to put your hands on people. Heal yourself first. Heal you. Then use that energy that you propelled within your being to affect other people's lives. That's what you're doing. You're doing that to affect people. That's what you're doing. You have to trust your vibration because you are that catalyst to get people to where they need to be. You will attract them. You will bring them to that point that they might see the exit on the thing and say, ooh, I need to go there. And they might not come back to your vibration, but you've got them that far. And some other teacher will arrive Teacher will arrive when the student is ready, not before, because you wouldn't understand it. You wouldn't understand that vibration. I spent many years here in this organization, a lot of years here and in Gainesville with Eloise Page, natural law classes. I probably went to her class for over 30 years. So I knew Eloise Page. I knew how she taught. And that's what she taught, natural law. That was her gift. That was her vibration. That was her gift. And people flocked to her. So what I do today, and I'm teaching you today, is to find your gift. What is it? Ask your guides. Don't be afraid of them. You handpicked them before you got here. Don't be afraid of them. Speak to them. Have a conversation with them. Have a conversation with them. Talk to them. Understand that they're there to help you. They're to connect to you. But most of your guides are connected to your higher self, and your higher self is connected to God. So, talk to them. Because most of the time, you're talking to yourself. My mothers used to say, you can talk to yourself all you want, it's only when you answer yourself you're in trouble. So talk to them. Talk to the spirit world. Talk to them. Explain to them what you're looking for. What are you looking for? Or have spirit send people in your life, teachers like me and Jeremy or Sheldon, anybody, one of the teachers that will come in your life and go, oh, that's how you, this way, this is it. And all of a sudden it answers your questions. Spirit will place you where the people are to teach you the lesson that you need to listen to. Some of it are thick, real thick, you know. So we have to get hit a couple of times before we actually see it. Question that I think is cute, when I first did my mediumship, when I first did my mediumship in public, I was 5 years old. And I was standing on the stump at Lilydale, giving readings at 5. And I told my guys at 5 years old, I don't need any of you. I can do this. I'm good. I found out really quick that I needed them. I needed them to be there. Because I couldn't do it on my own. So a lot of the work we do in spiritual work is through them. We aren't doing it just through us. It is that conglomerate of all of them behind us. And the teachers will arrive when you need them. You don't, if you're having heart trouble, you don't need a podiatrist, you need a heart surgeon. So the problem is when you are doing different types of mediumship, different types of healing, you will attract that. If I'm doing spirituals hands-on healing, I'm attracting spirituals healers to work through me. If I'm doing Reiki, I've got Reiki healers working through me. If I do pranic, or other types of healing, or sound, I have them working behind me. I have them working with me. I don't have other people that don't understand that. I have the people that understand that vibration. So you have to realize that you, every one of you here, have a connection to the spirit world. What that connection is what room are you going to? It's like being in a big high-rise. You're in the lobby looking at all the names on the lift and the room numbers and trying to figure out which room you're going to go up to and go into. And that's what you're figuring out, where you're going. And when you figure that out, then other people will greet you in the hallway and say, why don't you come over here? We got something else to teach you. And then you'll make your progression in your spiritual work. Your whole spiritual work might be just for you. Not to give to everybody, just you. Just to enrich your spiritual path. And if you're enriching your spiritual path, the glow and the energy around you will enrich others. So you don't have to worry about it, because you don't have to go out and save the world. Save your own little space, and then allow that space to change the world. Now I'm going to let you all ask me questions. Any of you want to ask me questions? You're in dire need of information. Go ahead, before I keep going. Anybody have questions? Do you have a question? Yes, Jeremy.
Louise Page, does she have books on natural law?
Yeah, she has books here, natural law. She has tapes in here too of her speaking. And she gifted those to the organization when she passed. And they're sold here in the bookstore. Yes.
Well, last week, I got mad at my spirit guide because I couldn't find my keys, and usually I keep real quiet, you know, because I don't want him to get riled up, so I just lost it, and I started yelling at him and yelling at him. And then I laid down on the bed, and it was in daylight, right? And I had a big green and red vase full of water. I weighed it after, it weighed 36 pounds. And it was like 10 feet away from me. And it rose up in the air and like in a curve, and it landed on the floor. The water didn't spill, there wasn't any noise. So what I'm thinking with the table tipping and everything is that somehow the weight of things that get moved, like gravity, doesn't apply in that dimension. And I'm wondering, you know, does it seem to make any difference if the thing, like table tipping, it can be a big table or a teeny table, or that thing that was so heavy? I just want to know more about does gravity not exist when those things move? How does it happen?
Gravity does exist because it is natural law. So you jump off a building, you're gonna hit the ground, it's gonna hurt. So gravity does exist, but the question here with this is, Spirit has a way of apporting things into a seance room, apporting stones, things, flowers, trees, all kinds of things into a seance room. So apporting it, working with it. So it doesn't mean that Spirit walked over there, used the energy from the spirit world to pick it up and move it. Somebody was holding on to the vase, moving it in your room, setting it on the ground. If it was total gravity, then the gravity would have dropped right to the floor. It would have just fallen off the thing and hit the floor and smashed.
It didn't make any noise when it
Didn't
landed.
make any noise because they were lifting it up and moving it, holding on to it, like they do with a trumpet when I do trumpet seances. They're holding on to the trumpet. They're holding on. You can see people's hands holding the trumpet, trying to move the trumpet from the table. So you have people moving it, not just it just picks up and goes. There are people orchestrating that movement. People are doing that. Unless you have apporting, and then there's stones and things flying in the office. I've had money fly through my seance rooms and all kinds of stuff. I had a lady who come in my seance room one time and she brought her purse and she says, "I'm bringing my purse in." I said, "I don't want to leave it out here," because I said, "You have any money?" And she said, "I have no money in my purse at all." I said, "Well, no one's going to steal it." But anyway, she brought the purse in. We went to the whole seance and she kept asking Spirit for money. When guarantee, when the seance was over, the lights came on, she opened her purse, and laying on top of her purse was 5 fresh $100 bills.
Wow.
Laying on top of her purse. So the question is does Spirit have a printing press? Where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did they come from? So the question is, the Spirit has a way of answering what you want. They have a way of answering. They have a sense of humor, so be cautious. But they do bring you what you are asking for. So, but we're not looking most of the time. We're just busy running. We need the time to stop and look. See what's going on, what's happening. Because Spirit is a way of answering us through angelic numbers, through numerologies, through different things in our life. They have ways of allowing us to see it repetitiously before they bring it. So, yes.
Why a trumpet?
Trumpets are metal cylinder objects. They have them in a bookstore. They usually come in 3 parts. They break down to 3 parts. If you get a trumpet, it breaks down to 3 parts. I have quite a few of them. You break down to 3 parts. If you break it down, the top part of the trumpet, the smaller one, that's for beginners. Just starting to get it to move. You set that on the table. Once you get the smaller part of the trumpet to move, then you put the second part together and you put that on the table. Get that to move. Then once you get really good at it, then take all three of them together, put that on the table and get the whole thing to move. That's what you do, the trumpet. Trumpets are, voices will come through the trumpet. Voices will come outside of the trumpet. Trumpets float around the room, supposedly float around the room, and Spirit will talk to you through the trumpet. Have clear audio, you'll hear voices coming out of the trumpet. Spirit speaking to you. Yes.
Let's say I have an injury, right? And if I am in my own head, I ask Spirit or God to heal my shoulder. But I always think, why do I even gotta ask him? You know, he knows that I'm in pain, that I hurt my shoulder. He knows that I need healing. He knows I need this to go away in the next week or so. You know, it's like, why would I even have to ask him?
The question is you're asking to heal your shoulder, like, whoa. But what if that shoulder pain is caused from something else within your body? You should ask for healing of the complete body and astral bodies and the whole body system, not just the shoulder, because it could be, you might have something going on with your leg and it's affecting your shoulder. Sure, you fell, you hurt your shoulder, but you have to ask for the full thing. And then what if the shoulder was some kind of life connection that you had to go through that? And you're going, I don't want to go through it, I'm in pain. But Spirit goes, no, you have to go through this to get you to the next step. Sometimes I tell people we either walk to where we need to go, we can crawl to where we need to go, or we can ride in a limo and tip the driver as they drive us up the hill. I'm older, I want to be in the limo. Yeah, limo.
So like, I'm not supposed to be on my bicycle for the next 2 weeks, is that it? Because, you know, they don't want me on my bicycle for the next 2
Maybe
weeks.
the bicycle, maybe they don't want you on the bicycle, maybe in the next 2 weeks, maybe some drunk driver will be on the road and smack into you and then you'd be hurt worse. Then you'd have to heal your leg, your foot, your head, the whole thing. So right now, ask for full body healing, and maybe you're off the bike because there's a reason why you should be off the bike.
Yeah.
And you don't see it, but they do. Okay?
Thank you, Lewis. Great talk as always. We want to give Dr. Gates enough time to get to Kobe Temple because he's chairing for